Hi. Good evening. Thanks for stopping by. I was just finishing up one of my handmade graphs for the book, The Dollar-Wise Life, which we hope to have out sometime in the next century. We're going to release the primer first and then the workbook, followed by the entire book, some 1,200 pages. It's a reference work, but there's a lot of topical stuff in it now, so we're doing it in 3 sections simply because there's too much going on right now with the Federal Reserve and the Treasury and your money and your life to release the workbook at this point in time. So the workbook will come out about 3 months after the primer. What we're talking about tonight is how do we get in such a mess? Now, the first thing you have to realize is that most of the numbers the government gives you are just not correct. They're telling you that there's 9.1% unemployed when the real number is closer to 10. If you use their math. If you just simply look in the federal numbers of the actual number, they have 2 numbers. They have an official unemployed, which is how many people are getting food, how many people are getting unemployment checks, less their deviation, which is always lower, of course, versus how many people are actually unemployed. So there's official unemployed and actual unemployed. Actual unemployed is about 17.3% as of this morning. How do we get in this mess? It's a cycle. It's been going on, I guess, since history began. There are 3 phases to the cycle. We'll look at those here, if you will. Phase 1 is the displacement phase. Phase 2 is the boom window. Phase 3 is euphoria. Phase 4 is the profit window. And finally, we have the panic window. Now, if you dealt strictly in cash in all businesses, the intensity level, which is marked by this line here, this is time and this is volatility. This is simply the activity of the market measured in volatility. The higher this line goes, the higher the volatility. Obviously, at some point, volatility becomes very bad. It's up off the floor back here. This is about 2005. It's up off the floor because there was some volatility in the market. Everybody, things are not perfect. We're borrowing money, federal debt's going up. The displacement occurs here. It's sort of a 2-stage displacement. Displacement number 1 was the government, at the extreme urging of Alan Greenspan, canceled or changed the Glass-Steagall Act. Carter Glass, by the way, was one of the founders of the Federal Reserve. So we have the Federal Reserve chairman pushing Congress to cancel Glass-Steagall, and then in 2006, just about the time he was going to retire, he dropped the discount rate by 1%. That's the displacement. Immediately, the market jumps up again. Now, the boom cycle is here. I think Greenspan was not trying to do anything bad. He just wanted to go out on a high note. He was retiring in 2006, so he dumped the rate 1%. Tremendous amount at that time. At the same time, the quants came in. Quants are mathematical guys that look for patterns in mathematics. They found a lot of them. Now, locally, in the city of Phoenix, what was going on? Light rail, new government buildings, city payroll going through the roof, paying off their voters. In other words, the people that elect. In other words, the people that elect